right, I think we're all ready to start adding sheathing. I got my pieces of insulation in here. I ended up running the sander over that. I thought that really took on a pretty nice shape. I ran it over all this just to knock off any high points. Vacuumed it because we're going to glue and use adhesive and staples to hold that sheathing on. I've got a piece all ready to go here. I'm going to cut it. As you know, it goes the long way goes sideways because it's wider than 4 feet. So we'll do our first piece from the back. Basically, I'll go from here. I'll go from the center point of this spar back to here, and it'll overhang about 3/4 of an inch, I think. Then we can just router it off. So here we go. Seems like it wants to curve the wrong way. That's been my issue the whole time. All right, I got that piece on. I guess it's all right. Let's see how it dries in. I did get it to lay down, but I guess that's just the way it is. It's kind of got a waviness to it, but it is thin plywood, but overall I think it looks pretty good. Still got to do the staple. I've glued the back with my clamps, but I've got to staple it once that sets up. All right, so the next piece is here, which gotta get it off the trailer, or at least up above the trailer, because I won't be able to get that edge. And since that curve is pretty tight, we've got to use some contact cement. So we're going to take one piece from the bottom down here, this edge, and bring it right up to about here. Just about ready to put this lower piece on. I've got my contact cement on there, waiting for that to dry. Put contact cement on all this. So hopefully we can just press it on and it stays. Put a couple nails in it too. All right. Start, get everything even there. I should put some nails in there now. Curve is too much for it. Let me put some nails in that. Okay, there it is. I guess I'm happy with it. There's still kind of a funny, and it's not in my, it's in the plywood. There's like this funny seam. You could feel it even before it was on the teardrop. So you can kind of, I think you're gonna really see it once you put some shiny fiberglass on it. But it is what it is. I stapled the heck out of that and glued it. So once that dries, I'll just give it a good sanding. Sand the seam. And same down here where that stapler lifted the wood a little bit. So right now I'm going to take the router, zip around these edges, and maybe I'll call it a day. Good morning, Rinconians. We had a good day yesterday. Let me just show you what we did. We got all our sheathing on, and we're getting ready to put on our filon. So our length is just about 10 feet, maybe a little longer. So this is 8.5 by 15-ish. We cut out, well, probably 16. I cut off 9 feet. This came as 25 feet roll. So I'm going to cut this to size and see about getting a coat of adhesive on it and a coat of adhesive on that, and maybe we can get this all together today. Let's see what happens. Have I told you how disappointed I am in this plywood? So I was kind of getting prepped out for gluing down the filon, and I was noticing a bubble, a delamination. So I just cut it out. We got to get down to a sound surface, otherwise you'll have a bubble in the filon, right? So I cut it out. I think I'm going to just take some Bondo just to try to make sure that we're not going to see this wrinkle in the filon, just to taper it in so it looks smooth. Makes easy work of it, doesn't it? I was using snips before. That was a pain. Okay. This is our extra piece. Sort of. Getting my workout. I just applied the filon. Sorry, couldn't share it with you guys, but it was a little nerve-wracking. Didn't want to show you my mistakes, you know, that kind of thing. So now we're just rolling it out, making sure that it's stuck down good. I guess I'm all right with how it went on. You can see how we almost lost the edge. Came close. As I stuck it on and I was holding it to the minimum, I realized I had plenty from this side. Anyway, it's on. The other issue was how close. I thought I was just gonna put it on and then have to order another quart of this stuff right down to the last drop. I just figured, you know what, I'll just put it on, and if I need to do it again, I can. But this last corner, I was scooping and brushing and getting every little edge done. So that worked out. And this seems to be working out too. All right, so the next step now will be just to trim this edge, and we'll basically kind of be watertight other than doing our edges with molding and sealer. All right, my next step is to close up this end. I figured I'd just leave a little something to be discovered whenever this has its, maybe it'll never be discovered. Anyway, so we're going to use contact cement. I've already put one coat on this piece and on those ends. I'll do another coat now and stick that on. It wants to stick. It wants to stick good. This way. Come on. There we go. There we go. Here we go. And we're gonna bend. Way it's supposed to bend, but it doesn't seem to want to. Crazy. So we're picking up where we left off. I think last time we were talking, we had just finished putting filon on. Today, kind of fooling around with some odds and ends. And the next big thing is to get started on the hatch. So I've just got my big board. You can see how wide of a board we need to get that arch. So clamp it on here. Get the shape of the hatch. Then we'll make it 1.5 inches wide. Cut that out. Sand it up. Get it as smooth as we can. And then I think I've got to make 4 or 5 of those. I've got to figure it out because the plans actually are not for my size. It's for a 4 foot wide trailer. Whereas mine's about 8 inches wider than that. So I know I'm going to need an extra support or spar, whatever you want to call it. So just haven't done the math yet, but we'll figure that out. And that's kind of what I've been agonizing over. Got to get that hatch just right, mostly because it's all about how well it operates. I've got to get this to fit nice. You know, the weather stripping comes down, and I want it to seal. It's also got to hinge properly, and you know, it's got to close tight against the edge, against the bottom. And you know, it's got to have filon on it. It's got to be insulated, 2 sides finished, and all that. So a little bit of work there. So follow along as we get into that as well in the next few days. Hopefully I can get to that this week. All right, take care. Well, that's it for now on our teardrop build. I do appreciate you all watching, and I look forward to seeing you here again.